Day 3, or it's day 22, Vlogmas, 3 days left until Christmas. Okay, it's Advent calendar time. Come on, happy little IKEA elves. What are you going to give us today? Oh, it looks like it's wrapped. Oh, that's nice. A little bit of elf chocolate. And then the lint is right here. I'm happy because I get that one. There we go, and let's see what Waffles gets. Okay, Waffles. Today she didn't come up. She stayed over there watching me. Oh, these are the good mix. Let's give her a star because she's a rock star. There you go, Waffles. She has been bringing out this little toy to play with at night. She likes that one. All right, everybody, I'm upstairs, and let's look at our Bible time today as we continue our story. So today we're finally dealing with the Magi, or the wise men, and it says in Matthew chapter 2, yes, doggy, okay. She likes to lick. A lot of people don't like that. I don't mind it so much, but yeah. Sometimes it gets a little crazy. These dogs, this breed likes to lick a lot. Okay, visitors from the east. Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, it says, during the reign of King Herod. About that time, some wise men from eastern lands arrived in Jerusalem asking, "Where is the newborn king of the Jews? We saw his star as it rose, and we have come to worship him." King Herod was deeply disturbed when he heard this, as was everyone in Jerusalem. He called a meeting of the leading priests and teachers of the religious law and asked, "Where is the Messiah supposed to be born?" "In Bethlehem in Judea," they said, "for this is what the prophet wrote. And you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are not least among the ruling cities of Judah, for a ruler will come from you, who will be the shepherd for my people Israel." Then Herod called for a private meeting of the wise men, and he learned from them the time when the star first appeared. Then he told them, "Go to Bethlehem and search carefully for the child, and when you find him, come back and tell me, so I can go and worship him too." After this interview, the wise men went their way, and the star had seen in the east guided them to Bethlehem. It went ahead of them and stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were filled with joy. They entered the house and saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshiped him. Then they opened their treasure chest and gave him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. When it was time to leave, they returned to their own country by another route, for God had warned them in a dream not to return to Herod. Now, this is a pretty interesting story for a lot of reasons. One is Herod, hearing that there's a newborn king, is obviously concerned for his own throne. I mean, that's what power does. You don't want to lose the power. And he wasn't a legitimate king anyway, because Rome had appointed him, and the Jews didn't really accept him as their king. And so he was already always sort of insecure about his role. And so to hear that there was a new king of the Jews that had been prophesied set him on edge. And so then another part of this story is we have come to think of them as the three wise men, we three kings of Orient are, and the reason is because there were three gifts. But that doesn't mean there were only three wise men. Generally, there was a large entourage, And by wise men, that's just a translation issue. They were philosophers and astrologers and different things. So there was probably an entourage, not just the three wise men, but an entourage of these philosophers and astrologers and, people who were sort of wise and wealthy in their day. And they traveled in this large caravan, and so it would bring, it would be noticed when this large group of people came on their camels into Jerusalem, because it said in the passage that all of Jerusalem was a little, okay, what's going on? The gossip chains were active. And so, Herod, thinking he was all smart, go and find out, where they come and come back and tell me. The wise men went to Bethlehem and found Mary and Joseph and the baby there, and they worshiped him and gave him the gifts. So the point that's interesting here is that we had, first off, the shepherds, the lowest of low, in the class system, if you will. And then we have these magi, these wise men, these philosophers, astrologers, very wealthy people come and worship him. We have the highest of the caste system or class system coming to worship. And it just bookends the importance of who Jesus is. And we're in the middle there, and we're included. And so we should also honor him and give him our gifts and our worship. And again, as I keep saying, I hope that you are bringing in, I hope that you're opening up your heart to what the role and the place that Jesus would hold in your holiday this year. And not just your holiday, but your whole life and weeks, months, years to come. So thank you for listening to that. All right, I'd like to share a few more ornament stories from this tree here, our Toyland tree. A lot of these ornaments are from when I was a kid. This ornament here, it's just kind of paper sort of things on this felted paper look, and probably a styrofoam ball. This little soldier head, but that was on the tree when I was a little boy. My mom probably got that like at Long's well, there aren't Long's anymore, but a CVS type place, just a box, a set of ornaments. But that's been on my tree as long as I can remember. This is one of the newest. Kim made these, and we got it at her party where there was a gift exchange, and I love it. She did a great job on that. So today I don't have a whole lot of content to share with you. Yesterday we spent the day just bumming, lounging around the house. It was our Christmas before our daughter left us. And so we spent all day, we opened presents and had special foods and watched movies. And it was just a day to enjoy each other's company. And as a result, I didn't make any special food to video with you, and I didn't, go out about town and film anything there. And so I hope you'll understand that. But I wanted to still share with you just kind of where we're at. I took her to the airport this morning, and her flight was moved around a couple different times because of the storm coming in. She was supposed to stay until tomorrow, and then she got concerned because she has to be back at work. And then, of course, the airlines canceled flights. She was going through Chicago, and so she was supposed to leave tonight at 5, and now she's left this morning at 8. And so our trip was cut short. And I'm going to admit to you that I'm pretty emotional about saying goodbye to her. And the difficulty of moving across the country, comes up right now. And just that when you change up your life, there are positive things and wonderful things that are part of the experience and you look forward to them. But there's also losses, and to have her across the country, and I don't want to cry on camera, but there's mixed emotions when you move away, and a lot of us are dealing that. We've lost people over the year, or we've moved, or they've moved, and the holidays and just life in general is sweetest when it involves people we love. And so whenever there is a change of that, there is a grieving and a loss. And that's what also messes up our expectations. We expect holidays to be filled with all the people we love, and then they're not there. And that can be a challenge for us. So I hope that you find ways to deal with any emotional losses that you're dealing with of people who have passed this year, and people who have moved away or you can't celebrate with. And I hope your heart will still be full of the hope and the love of God in the midst of all of, the less than expected or less than wished for circumstances. My life is full and rich, and yet it also has its sadnesses, and that's just the nature of life, isn't it? You can have immense joy still with a heart that has some sadness in it, because joy is not about our circumstances. Joy is a condition we find in Christ, and I pray that you will experience that. Be good to others. Bye-bye.